From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Today has certainly been a beautiful day, and you may have noticed humidity a little higher this morning, but this afternoon it feels quite nice outside. We've got a drier air mass in place for the next couple of days. Showers and storms have moved off to the south and east. Temperatures haven't cooled all that much, though. We're currently in the 70s and 80s in the UP and generally lower 80s across mid-Michigan. Our numbers currently 82 for Lansing, 80 in Jackson, Flint up to 83 degrees, Detroit at 84. Forecast-wise for tonight, and it's going to be a little cooler than it was last night. You'll certainly feel that out there tomorrow morning. Really a delightful start to the day. And as far as travel's concerned for tonight, we should see dry conditions through the overnight hours. Temperatures dropping into the lower 60s by early tomorrow morning, but don't get too used to it. The heat and humidity are on the way back. 6 News at 6 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 6.
The current Michigan State Police Director provides his reaction regarding 98% of his troopers reporting they have no confidence in his leadership. And it's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. That director, Colonel James Grady II, tells a committee in Lansing he has a different opinion on that. Capitol
correspondent Tim Skubic is here for you now. He was at the hearing today. He heard what both the colonel and the committee had to say, because this has been kind of some controversy over the past little bit. Whenever there's a survey done and 98% of some of the people that you're trying to lead say they don't have no confidence, it kind of rings some alarms.
Yes, here's Tim Skubic.
The Michigan State Police Director testified before the House Oversight Committee, where the chairperson wanted a response to that 98% vote of no confidence, and he got it.
I have a difference in opinion. I feel like our departmental members are going and doing the work every day. If it was that bad, wouldn't we see some change in that? And I have never been in this agency, well, I've never seen in this agency members respond in a survey with those high numbers ever in this department.
The committee grilled the director, suggesting that low morale would hurt the department's mission, but he told reporters afterwards that previous directors got pretty much the same beefs.
What I meant by that is previous directors to me, when you look back at some of the survey results, they're very similar.
One committee member read quotes from the survey from troopers who were worried about retaliation if they spoke out against what the director was doing.
So, quote, leadership and IA can stop all the retaliation that we are promised to be protected from, quote. Quote, I work for MSP. With the current regime, I will never feel safe, comfortable expressing my thoughts. It's well known. The top will make your life difficult if you speak out, quote.
Colonel Grady did not speak to that directly, but expressed concerns over all of these negative comments floating around.
I feel like it's unfair. And it's getting to the point that the membership of the MSP, they don't like it. This causes discourse. It takes us away from us doing our everyday roles and responsibility and keeping the state of Michigan safe.
The committee chair invited the director to return in 6 months with a progress report on the alleged low morale that the colonel simply does not see. Your view in Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.
Also at the Capitol today, an effort to honor a fallen Michigan deputy sheriff is made a reality.
Yeah, Deputy Sheriff William Butler Jr. will now have a section of highway named in his honor.
The Hillsdale County Sheriff's deputy was killed last year while assisting another deputy with the traffic stop near the intersection of Beecher and Lamb Road in Jefferson Township. Now a portion of M34 will be designated as the Deputy Sheriff William Butler Jr. Memorial Highway.
In the House, state lawmakers are still trying to hammer out a deal on K-12 funding. School officials say they need to know how much money they're going to have to spend, and time is running out, with many districts returning in mid-August. Today, July 1st, is the traditional day that the school budget has been decided and announced.
Healthcare officials and state lawmakers met in Lansing today to talk about the lack of beds currently available in Michigan psychiatric facilities.
The Michigan Health and Hospital Association has Michigan ranking 47th in the nation for availability. Our Sean Graney is here for you now with what officials are saying are the biggest challenges. Sean?
Jorma, Siobhan, the lack of psychiatric beds is weighing on emergency departments and overwhelming services unequipped to handle long-term patients. Officials say there is an urgent need to improve capacity. Officials say Medicaid beneficiaries are among the most impacted, with 1 in every 3 in need of psychiatric care waiting more than 2 days in emergency departments. A shortage of mental health professionals is also making it difficult to staff existing facilities, according to the Michigan Health and Hospital Association.
Michigan is about sitting at around 18 beds per 100,000. So their report is for Michigan to come up to even get close to that 30, Michigan today would have to add about 1,000 beds across the state to be able to effectively manage this continuum of care.
Where are they going to go when we have no more institutions for them to go to? That's what I think we should all be thinking about, is what's going to happen to these most vulnerable people.
Hospital officials say they are working to improve outpatient programs, which would free up beds, as well as expand emergency bed availability by improving access to crisis stabilization units and community-based services. Back to you.
Thank you, Sean. The former bishop of the Lansing Diocese, Bishop Carl F. Mengling, has died at the age of 94.
He served as Bishop of Lansing from 1996 to 2008.
Carl Frederick Mengling was born on October 22, 1930 in Hammond, Indiana. He was ordained to the priesthood for the Diocese of Gary, Indiana in 1957. In 1995, Pope John Paul II appointed Mengling as the 4th Bishop of Lansing. And today he's being remembered as a person who lived his faith.
He was a good man, a holy man, and he was a priest, a real pastor with pastoral concerns. He cared about people.
He was so thoughtful of the people who worked with him. He was just kind.
His Requiem Mass will take place at St. Mary Cathedral in Lansing on Thursday, July 10th, followed by the burial in the city's St. Joseph Cemetery.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, you can't beat a day like this, except maybe with a sunset, and we've had some really beautiful ones out there over the past several weeks. Our Picks on 6 pick of the day comes to us from Irene out of Durand, showing just that, and absolutely just the right mix of cloud cover and a sunset. Throw in a barn, and you've got a pure Michigan one right there, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Love to see more weather pictures. Upload yours at WLNS.com/share. Let's talk about that humidity, which is going to be rising over the coming days. It's feeling quite nice out there for now, but notice what happens as we move throughout the rest of the weekend, especially by the weekend. The humidity levels start to creep back up. Once you get above 60, you start to feel it. 65 to 70, you know, okay, it's feeling pretty sticky out there. And once it's over 70, we're just not used to that kind of humidity. I know we get it a few times a year, but boy, it's going to feel uncomfortable by Saturday and into Sunday. Our satellite and radar today shows clear skies across mid-Michigan, some showers and storms well to our east. No threat of any precipitation for us tonight or tomorrow morning. Little weak system in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere will probably trigger a couple showers or storms tomorrow afternoon, about a 20% chance or so. That should be about it. Same thing is going to happen as we head into Thursday, although there might be a slightly better chance. 30% chance of some pop-up showers and storms. Either way, some of us will miss out on rain, and a few of us will get a few drops in the afternoon or evening hours. Temperatures currently are sitting in the lower 80s across mid-Michigan. It's warm outside, but not too terribly hot, with 82 for Lansing and 80 in Jackson. On the Skyview network, our McLaren cam, high temperature today, 84 degrees, current temp at 83. It's the overnight low. Only fell to around 70 this morning as the cooler air, or the drier air, was just beginning to work its way in. Plenty of sunshine in Grand Ledge as well. The temperature is holding at 83. Morning low was a bit cooler at 67 degrees. Wind gust today at 17 miles per hour. At least we had some wind to help things out. Current conditions in Jackson, 80 the current with 82 the high and 68 the overnight low. Wind gust just under 20 miles per hour. Similar in Hillsdale. Lots of sunshine. Temperature 81. Morning low is down to 70. Our wind gust slightly higher at 21 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, low drops to 63 degrees with mostly clear skies and light winds. For tomorrow, temperature-wise, not bad. Temps will climb to the 80s by lunchtime and into the mid-80s tomorrow afternoon, but that 63 will be a cooler start, so that should feel quite nice. Over the next 6 days, temperatures start to go up by Friday. Highs near 87 for the 4th of July. It's going to be dry, but the humidity will start to creep up. Saturday, 91 degrees, close to 90 on Sunday. Lots of humidity this weekend. Little cooler on Monday, and then next week stays mid-80s in general for highs, and overnight lows back in the 60s, which means humidity is a little bit better. Chance for storms next Tuesday and then again late next week.
It's amazing how lower humidity, it was kind of fresh today. I mean, it felt just very different.
Yeah, you could just be outside, whatever you wanted to do. I mean, it felt good to be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more of those days.
Yeah, we do.